Alexa, when was the Nintendo Switch released?
The Nintendo Switch was released worldwide on March 3rd, 2017.
All right, well, there you go. So here we have the Nintendo Switch. I'm going to put it in my little dock thing right here, which I want to show you guys as well. This is the Best Buy Insignia dock. So it's a little travel portable dock, and it is awesome. This is the dock that I actually keep in my bedroom, connected to my TV. Now it doesn't have the USB-C spring, but it's still very awesome, and I love it very much. But that's not what we're here to talk about today. Today it has been about, well, not technically today, it's been about 9 months that the Nintendo Switch has been out. So I wanted to go ahead and bring you guys a collection video in which I have for the Nintendo Switch. Now I got a couple of games. Some of them I recently just purchased, kind of like today or yesterday. Well, I bought them yesterday. I picked them up today, if that makes any sense. But wanted to bring you guys my collection and the thoughts on the Nintendo Switch, especially since two of the Nintendo Switch games are actually up for Game of the Year, which is actually super awesome. Big shouts out to Nintendo because it's been a minute. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Again, these games are in kind of no particular order. So the first game that we have is Mario Kart 8. Now, if you have a Nintendo Switch, or if you've ever owned a Nintendo product and you've never played a Mario Kart game, then there's something wrong. I mean, honestly, this is like I don't want to say the epitome of like Nintendo systems, but this is a go-to for every Nintendo system, whether it be the DS, the Switch, the GameCube, the SNES, or anything like that. There's always a Mario Kart game. Mario Kart games in general always play the same. There's different tracks, there's different different items, but all in all, it's still a Mario Kart game. Very, very awesome to play with friends, and even a good single player game to kind of collect all the trophies and everything like that. Up next, we have NBA 2K18. While I am not the biggest fan of 2K games, I'm more of a Madden person. It wasn't half bad. I don't like the fact, though, that even though it is a legit physical copy of the game, it still required an SD card, and I think it took like 18 or 19 gigabytes off of my SD card, so I had to go from a 64 gigabyte SD card to a 128 SD card, and now I think I need to go to a 256 SD card because I have another game that kind of requires the same thing. Up next, Splatoon 2. Now this game is by far my favorite physical copy game that I have right now. I know a lot of people are like, oh, Mario Odyssey is awesome, Legend of Zelda is great, and it is, don't get me wrong. But for me, Splatoon 2 is where it's at. It is such a simplistic, like, third-person shooter in the Nintendo art style in all its glory. It's such a competitive but yet friendly game that it is amazing. Now, as far as the Nintendo app that goes along with this, it kind of sucks. But the game itself, it's wonderful. And if you've been following my channel for a minute, you know the only reason why I picked up a Wii when the Wii came out was for Splatoon. And I think that's the only game I ever owned for the Wii. And when it came to the Switch, it's amazing because you get to travel with it. So there's nothing more I can say about Splatoon except if you don't have it, get it. Again, personal opinion. Up next, one of the Game of the Year titles. One of the Game of the Year runner-up contestants, whatever you want to call it. Super Mario Odyssey. Now, don't get me wrong. It's good. It's a great open world Mario game, kind of like Mario Sunshine. However, for me, like, there's a lot of nostalgia in this game too. And I think I love the nostalgia aspects of it when you're playing through it. So it was good in that sense. But I guess because I didn't put enough hours into this game, I really don't have like the in-depth review that I want to have as far as a lot of other channels that I've seen. The game is great. And I understand why it's up for Game of the Year, because this is what a Mario game should be. And this is the stamp of what Mario games should be going forward. I don't like the motion controls. I'm not a huge motion control person. And of course, in every, Mario Odyssey review, everybody's like, "Oh, the motion controls, they suck. They shouldn't have implemented them." But then you have people who love motion controls, and I will never understand that. I don't like motion controls. Even with Splatoon 2 has motion controls, but you can turn them off. That's the good thing about this game. You could turn them off. This one you can't, and it gets annoying. So that's why I kind of not played it as much as everybody else. Like I said, it's not a bad game. It's not a bad game. It's actually a phenomenal game, but I don't like motion control, so it got annoying to me. Lego City Undercover. I love this game. A lot of people didn't like this game, or they already played this game, because this is my first time playing the game on the Nintendo Switch. I thoroughly enjoyed this game. I do think it's worth the pickup at a price drop. This game should be, I think I picked this game up at the mid-range of like $40 and change or something like that. At a $20 price tag, this is a definite pickup, but $40, it's a bit pushing it. Monopoly. I've owned a Monopoly game on every system I have ever owned. I don't know what it is about Monopoly, but it's just the game to have for me. I love Monopoly. I grew up playing Monopoly, so it's Monopoly. I heard a lot of people had a lot of issues and troubles with this game. I haven't ran into any of them except for connecting online. Like, a lot of people don't stay online when you play games, so it sucks because I haven't been able to really play with any of my friends with this just yet. So trying to just randomly hook up online to play the game, it gets annoying. Pokken Tournament. This was a game I said I wouldn't pick up. It's an awesome game. It's a great fighter. The strategy in the game and the controls are so much more complex than what I thought, because again, I didn't own it on the Wii. The only game I owned on the Wii was Splatoon. So I picked it up on the Switch, and the techniques of the game, it's amazing how this game plays. And I felt like I put this game kind of like under the radar. Like, I really thought this game was just your typical fighter, but it's not. It has so many elements to it that I was thoroughly shocked by this game. I still suck at it, but it's amazing. Minecraft stories. I love the Telltale games. I enjoy them. I love them so much. It's like kind of playing like a graphic novel. I'm trying to think, like Heavy Rain. Heavy Rain, I think, was for the PS3. Was amazing. That game was awesome. So games like that, play like that, I love. Minecraft stories, it's okay. It's not terrible. Like Batman, which I don't have and I don't want to get because I've played it already, was amazing. That was great. But I really wish and I want to see The Wolf Among Us come to the freaking Nintendo Switch. Like, if Telltale can do that, that would be freaking phenomenal, and I would just be in awe of everything because their games are really good. Let's talk about this game real quick. Let's talk about ARMS. I love to hate ARMS. ARMS is a great, terrible game. The gameplay, the reason why I say it's a great, terrible game, it's because it's a good fighter. It's a good fighter, again, but it has motion controls, but you can turn them off. So, again, in a sense, that's really, really good. But ARMS is constantly, and I love this about ARMS, I just wish it would be for another game that I play more than I play ARMS, because ARMS has constant updates. Like, it's forever updating new characters, new mechanics, fixing all the bugs. Like, this game is an endless game as a new IP for the Nintendo Switch. And I love the fact that it's like every week you get an update for it. It's either a new character, new design, faster mechanics, whatever the case may be. ARMS has it, but it doesn't have the gameplay that it should, and that is so disappointing. And that is ARMS. Now, these are the games that I just recently picked up, so they're not even opened yet. And I picked these up because they're Nicholas games. Nicholas games are games that, it's a third-party company that have supported the Nintendo Switch so amazing. I don't have The Binding of Isaac, and I kind of got rid of Cave Story only because of, I played Cave Story before, and the only real reason I bought it is because I wanted the keychain, as well as it came with like a mini CD and a booklet. I kept that and then returned the rest of the game. Don't judge me, I wanted to keep the Nicholas stuff. And I buy Nicholas products because they actually come with instruction booklets, as plus, other freebies that Nintendo and first parties should have, as well as other third parties, take a book from Nicholas, because they are doing gaming so right now. First game, Tiny Barbarian. And I can already feel, that there's stuff. It says freebies inside. Look, if you guys can see that. It says freebies inside. And I want to, do I really want to open this game? Yeah, because I'm actually going to play Tiny Barbarian. So, and like I said, I normally get Nicholas products for collector's reasons. Don't judge me. It's my, did I do that? Because I don't want to cut. There we go. All right. And the reason why I want to show you Nicholas products is because, like I said, they all come with something. Oh my, what is this? See, I was not expecting this in Tiny Barbarian. Is this another keychain? Okay, so as you can tell, first of all, with the Nicholas, you have the outside casing, right? But on the inside, you can actually take it out and switch it around. So it has two covers in one. Like, Nicholas, you are doing gaming so right. Now, Tiny Barbarian is kind of like an old school game. It has the graphics of like the old school games like that. Kind of like, oh my God, I'm trying to think of the name of the game. And I can't, and I'm not going to stress myself. But it reminds me, not like an Ultra Beast type of game. Which Ultra Beast was amazing. And that was for the Sega Genesis. But Tiny Barbarian, I have yet to play it. I've seen a couple of reviews on it. But again, you get freebies inside. Not only do you get an instruction booklet, which is so neat. It needs to come back. Like, they need to bring, even if it's the little things that Nicholas does with their gaming that just makes it so worth it. Like, they take up the entire space. Like, they put it to good use. And oh, my other bag. Okay, so here's what I got from Cave Story. Give me one moment. So this is my Nintendo Switch bag, but this was from Cave Story. This came from the Cave Story game. Again, Nicholas, 2017. So they put in products for their games, and I love that. So let's go ahead and see. And they come in these little cute little case things. I don't know what I did with the one for the Cave Story, but this one, oh my God, that's awesome. Again, another keychain from Nicholas. And I think the game was only 20 bucks, 30 bucks, something like that. And it's one of the lower end games. And you have these $60 games that don't come with anything. Like, yeah, it's cool, but you can't even reverse that if you wanted to. Like, you get these first party titles that are $60, $70, and you don't get anything for it. But with a $30 game, you get an amazing keychain. You get an instruction book. Like, you get an instruction book, and you get a reversible cover. Like, that for gamers is amazing. I'm gonna go ahead and put this on my Nintendo Switch bag as well. So yeah, and I guess I'll open up the other one because, like I said, this is equivalent to, and this one's kind of thick as well. This one is equivalent to Legend of Zelda, the old school Zelda games. So we're gonna go ahead and open this. And again, this is It'll Do Too. Some people are saying Little Do. It is not Little Do. It is It'll Do Too. And one moment here. And again, this is another Nicholas game. It's another Nicholas product. So when you open it, oh, okay. On the inside, you get, a very creative in-case cover. Now, while it might not be reversible, it's still something, you know what I'm saying? And then again, you get another instruction booklet, which is amazing, full of color, full of vibrance. And the thing is, it's not even in black and white. It is in full immersed colors. Like, you can tell everything from this book. It is amazing. And this is why you should, and the thing is, even if you don't like Nicholas games, you should appreciate the value that they put into the games and the products that they are providing to the consumers. Like, it is very much needed. And while you don't get a keychain with this, you do get, what is this? I can't get it open. Oh, that's cute. You get a map. So you get freebies. Like, it's like little things that like gamers or collectors can put in, like, their books on their walls, on their shelves, to make their gaming room home, like their second home. It's little things like this that, even if you don't like the game, buy it anyway. Support third-party companies that support you as a gamer. And I cannot say that enough. And as I continue, like, Nicholas is amazing. So up next is LA Noire. I've never played an LA Noire game, but here's my thing with that. Kind of like how NBA 2K18 was, even though you have a legit physical copy of the game, you have, it's going to require 14 gigabytes on your SD card. Like, why? Like, I don't understand. If it's, I don't even know why these games weren't supposed to be open, but I'm opening them for video purposes because I want to show you that these are legit, physical copies of games. Legit physical copies of games. And look, like, you get warning labels and you get a cool little background, but again, I think this was like a $50 game. You don't get any freebies. Appreciate third-party companies. Yes, Rockstar is a third-party company, but so is Nicholas. Nicholas provides what gamers want. Not only do they provide the gameplay, the stories, the amazing graphics, they provide the books and everything that gamers appreciate. It is the little things. And last but not least is Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild Explorers Edition. Mind you, this was the exact same price as Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, but now they have an Explorers Edition, which is the reason why I picked it up. Now, you guys know I am not a Zelda fan at all. I don't enjoy the Zelda games. I literally bought this game. This is my 4th time buying this particular game to try it out, to play it, to see if I can get into it. I just cannot do it. But I bought this because it is an Explorer's Edition. So this one I will not open, but this one actually comes with an Explorer's Guide as well as a map for $59.99, the exact same price that you would get just for the regular game. So if you are able to pick up the Zelda, crap, I can't even get it out. If you're able to pick up Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild Explorer's Edition, I advise you go this route instead of just picking up the game itself. Now, I do have a couple of games, and I'm always terrible at this. I do have a couple of games here on my Switch itself. So here we have Stardew Valley, which is amazing, and I can tell you that I've put over 100 hours into Stardew Valley. Voice, which is a, I have the hiccups. Voice, which is a tap screen game, a rhythm game. I can get it out. Rhythm game is amazing. I love this game. If you don't know, there's Hulu that is on the Nintendo Switch now. I have Uno because I love Uno. Again, a game I grew up playing. I have Sonic Mania. I have the regular Minecraft. And then I also have, which I regret spending money on, NBA Playgrounds. I have that. Yeah, I think it's called NBA Playgrounds or something like that. I hate that game, and I'm so mad I wasted money on it. I also have Human Resource Machine, which is a, oh my god, who makes this game? Because they make one of my favorite games, which is Little Inferno. Can I see who made the game? Tomorrow Corporation. Tomorrow Corporation made the Human Machine Resources, which is really good. It's like a puzzle game. And then Little Inferno is one of, by far, my favorite games I have ever played. And I lied. This was another game I had on the Wii. And you just burn shit. You just burn stuff. Let me rerun that. You just burn stuff, and it's amazingly fun. I also have the Infinite Golf game, which is really cool because you can create your own golf course. I have Shantae, the Half Genie Hero, which I kind of regret buying because I wanted it physical, and now it's coming to physical, but it is what it is. And I have Puyo Puyo Tetris, again, another game I wanted it to be physical, but it was cheaper digital, and sometimes you got to take the cheap route. So that is my Nintendo Switch collection. Guys, make sure you hit me up on Twitter or on Instagram because I normally do. I just did a giveaway of 2 $10 eShop gift cards on my Twitter, so make sure you follow me on Twitter, as well as I am running a new campaign called #LacesOut. It is it is to make a good grief. It is a mental health awareness campaign that I am doing. I would be very much appreciative if you guys support it, and if you guys just follow me on Twitter as well as Instagram, as well as I do have a Snapchat, but that is not gaming related. It is pretty much my life related. If you want to, you could follow me. All of the links will be in the description below. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. I will check you guys on the next video. Holla at your girl. It's your girl Storm. Laces out. Peace.